So we made it to the CDT. There's a logbook. Couldn't find it. Hell yeah, made it. I'm getting a late start this morning. I slept really good last night, longer than I've slept in a year. It was really nice. I think I went to bed at 9 o'clock and I didn't wake up until about 8 this morning. It got cold last night. I did sleep with thermals on and my jacket, my puffy, and 2 pairs of socks. My feet were cold all last night. Not miserable, just uncomfortable. Not carrying a shit ton of water. I think we'll be okay. I'm not sure what the plan is for today. I may not stay overnight again. I may turn around and go home. Just kind of depends. So fucking stoked I made it to the CDT. Sorry, I cussed. So stoked. Plans for the Appalachian Trail got kind of demolished this year, so multiple things happened that made that not come true, so last couple of days I've definitely been feeling the elevation. Well, it's not a white blaze, but it's a marker, and you have no idea how happy I am to see that. Because that means I'm on the right path. What an absolutely amazing morning. I'm in love. There is a lot of hunters up here. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they'd be on the other side of the mountain from here, either more towards Santa Fe or Jemez. We're right on the edge of Jemez. So yeah, lots of hunters. A couple of fishermen. There was another guy coming down, hiker that did a 2-day on here. And he's having the same experience I'm having. Hot during the day, cold at night. It got below freezing last night. It wasn't awful. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been raining. Wow. Oh, the leaves are starting to change. So cool. Hoping to see an elk, but not hoping to see an elk. Just gorgeous. So one of my biggest fears about this trail is it has been called by other people the choose your own adventure trail. I guess there's large portions of this trail that aren't marked, that you kind of are just heading in a general direction. Yeah, I don't think we're going to run into any of that on this part of the trail, but I am prepared. Got my Garmin, just sent a message to my parents to let them know where I'm at and that I'm okay. So we're going to call it a creek, the creek that fills this lake, which is very low, as you can tell. The trail kind of skirts for a good portion of it and then crosses over and then kind of skirts it again a few miles up, so we'll see. Not sure how far I'll get. It eventually gets to the river, and you're gonna have to forgive me. I want to say it's Chama. Could be wrong. But it eventually hits the Chama. We're gonna call it the Chama for now until I figure out exactly what it is. Chama River. And then from there, it crosses into Colorado. I'm gonna section hike the CDT, I think, a lot of this winter and try to get New Mexico done. I probably won't go farther north than this, only because of temperatures. I am not prepared for those kind of temperatures. It's not something I want to do, so I'll probably go down south and start in Lordsburg and do a couple days out of Lordsburg into the Gila. Still gonna get cold, but definitely not as cold as the northern part of New Mexico. I don't know, we'll just see what happens. Choose your own adventure, right? I believe this is called the San Gregorio Lake or San Gregorio Reservoir. One of the two. Oh, looky there. Wish I needed water, but I don't. That's great. First official water crossing on the CDT. Nice. I don't know if you'd really call that a water crossing. So the trail runs right along this creek for a good portion of this section of the CDT, which is great. It's beautiful. So serene and nice having a babbling brook next to where you're hiking. Saw a few people that, hikers, they've been up here for a couple days hiking and staying overnight. Everybody's on their way out. So once again, I'll be here by myself, which sometimes freaks me out, but once I get past that initial, oh my god, I'm in the middle of nowhere by myself, it's great. Noises at night will definitely shoot you up out of bed, but nothing you can't get fast. There's nothing to be afraid of until something is actually happening. Just a little leftover snow here and there. Getting a lot further than I thought I was going to today. So I'm only about an hour and a half in, and I've already covered a ton of miles. So, which has been great. I don't know how many miles, but it's a lot. I've had to turn off all of my equipment because any electronics is going to get zapped by the weather tonight. So I'm trying to save as much battery as I can. I have a battery bank that I'll be sleeping with to keep it warm overnight so that doesn't get drained. But I went through a ton of battery already, and I'm not even halfway to where I'm going. So, well, where I think I'm going, we'll see how far I get. It's just so pretty. Take 3. I made it farther than I thought I was going to. I am having my lunch on a rock. This rock, it's a comfy rock. It has a slant to it so that I can stretch out my legs. My feet are swollen. Took my shoes off for a bit. Took my shoes off. My feet are swelling crazy. Did a lot more miles than I thought I was going to today. Turned on my Garmin, took a look at the weather forecast. It's supposed to be 44, 46 tonight and tomorrow morning for the lows. So I'm going to stay. I wasn't going to, but the further I get on this trail, the more I want to stay. So it's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, fantastic, amazing. Turned on my phone and took a look at if I had cell service. No cell service. I looked at All Trails and I looked at Far Out app. There were people up here last weekend hiking this. They've left some notes about water supply and camping spots about a little more than 2 miles up the trail. So I'm going to go ahead and head to that spot and camp there overnight and then hike back down tomorrow morning. I'll have a better idea of mileage tomorrow when I'm done. I feel like this is going to be maybe about 10 miles in, which I mean is good because I stopped myself from doing 15 because originally I was like, let's do 15. That would take me all the way to 96 today, and I just don't know if I have that in me. The elevation doesn't look crazy, but that's a lot of miles, and then 15 back is in 2 days. It's a lot. I've done it before. I did it when I went over the Sandias, but I am not in the shape I was in when I went over the Sandias. I haven't been able to hike as much as when I did that, and that was just in July. So I thought about hiking to 96 and then hitchhiking back down to 126 to where my car is, and then I thought about it and I was like, my parents are gonna kill me, so I'm not gonna do that. Pretty quiet, really pretty. Every once in a while I hear something tromping through the woods, but I haven't seen anything. On the recommendation list for trail food, I went ahead and got some of the tuna creations and had a tortilla with it. And then I got these. They're kind of cool. They're MRE peanut butter and jelly. The peanut butter is really, really good. It's chunky peanut butter. The apple jelly is not great. It's not horrible. It just, I don't really know if it tastes like apples. And it's chunky. It's like got apple chunks in it. So I got those off Amazon if anybody's interested in trail food. And I still have a couple meals in here. I have breakfast and then a couple snacks, and then tomorrow I'll have another tuna creations tortilla sandwich. I think that's about it. I think I'll film some more when I get to my final destination. I'm gonna go down there and hope you can see it. Get some water. Not that I think I'll need it, but I'm pretty sure that other water source, the place I'm planning on camping tonight, the old CDT, and they reroute these trails all the time. The old CDT goes through private property, so I'm probably going to stay on the newer version of the CDT for a little bit and then just camp overnight. I don't know. We'll see when we get down there. I don't think I'm going to go any further than that. By the time I get done, I want to stop about 5 o'clock. Let me put it that way. Let's see how far I get by 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I'll stop. It starts getting dark out here at 7, just past 7. So at 5, I'll set up camp and just figure out where I'm at that point. So water's not a concern at all. There's more than enough water up here. It is October, I believe, the 26th, and there's water everywhere. Like, I've had multiple opportunities to fill up, and I haven't even gone through what I initially started with. I've only gone through one bottle of what I initially started with. So yeah, if you plan on coming up here and doing it anytime, it's far out. Looking at that app, all the comments on there, there's always a lot of water up here. It's muddy, it's boggy in a lot of places. There is snow on the ground. It is icy in places. So, I've had to be very careful about getting my feet wet and taking a look at how icy it is, because I did almost fall trying to cross one of the little patches that goes over the meadow openings. So when you get to these meadow openings, it gets boggy because that's where the water runs through, and you're getting like these snow piles that's not melting, so it's getting super slick. And I will catch up with you guys in a few hours, possibly. Bye. sun's going down. I am about 200 yards off trail-ish. Couldn't pass up this spot. It's absolutely just, yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. I typically would never camp in a open field because this is, where they live. Speaking of elk, and possibly some, I don't know. I'm told there's gray wolves up here. I don't know if I believe that. People swear to me all the time that they see them. I think it's coyotes or possibly lobos, and there's a difference between coyotes and lobos. So I am having dinner over on that rock right there, and then I'm gonna go hang my bear bag somewhere out there in one of those trees. It's a pretty good distance away, so I feel pretty comfortable with that. And then I'm gonna get dressed and go to bed and get up in the morning and do it again. Y'all have a great night, and I'm gonna have an amazing night. It's cold, but I think I'm gonna be okay. I got enough gear. If I get too cold, I'll just put on my rain gear, and that'll keep me super toasty and probably sweaty. So, I'll see you guys in the morning for coffee and biscuits and gravy. Super excited. Bye. They're so far away, probably can't see them. There's 2 elk out there. Ooh, buddy, it is cold this morning. I don't know. I was very warm last night in the sleeping bag. Outside the sleeping bag was freezing. I life hacked it. And I threw a couple pairs of those jumbo hand warmers into the bottom of my sleeping bag in the foot box, and I stayed super toasty all night. It was absolutely wonderful. We're down here retrieving. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, a bear got my bag. You guys, a bear got my bag. Holy shit. Oh my God. These bags are supposed to be indestructible. Holy crap, look at that. Holy shit. Ooh, me and the company are gonna have a conversation. Oh my God. Holy crap. I'm gonna turn off this video and get this thing down. Oh my God, my tent is like right there. Oh, thank God I put this over here with all my food in it. Oh, thank God I did not sleep with that last night. I have some stories to tell you about last night. It got kind of crazy up in the wilderness here. Let me turn this off and get the bag. I cannot believe that. Holy crap. Dude, it ate my peanut butter. What the fuck? And my peanuts. What the fuck, bro? Alright, I gotta get this down before the bear comes back. Bye. Alright, talk about equipment failure. So this is the smell-proof bag. That's my dinner from last night. I threw all my food garbage in here too, because I was afraid of it smelling. So let's see what this turkey got. Alright, he ate half of my Nature Valley granola bar. He ate my tortilla. So I... Dude. My blueberry is intact. My banana is intact. He left me 1 out of 3 kind bars. He left me both of my blocks bars, and he left me 1 peanut butter slightly chewed on. What the fuck, dude? Wow. Amazing. What all I can say is that I am very, very happy that I tied my bag far-ish from camp. It was getting dark and I wasn't going to. Wow. So these bags are supposed to be indestructible. I'm gonna have to call the company and be like, hey, not New Mexico, they're not. No need to get aggressive, Elkie. Okay, thank you. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning. I got out of the place I was camping last night very quickly and hiked for, I don't know, hour and a half down here. I wish I would have seen this place last night when I was hiking in. I missed it completely. It's got a little fire pit and a little bench. I don't know if I would have built a fire. I don't really have anything. I don't have a shovel or anything to put out a fire, but I feel like this would have probably been a much safer option. So, my breakfast, what's left over of my biscuits and gravy, is stewing right now. So last night, and I can't tell you, I was getting like half an hour of sleep and then being woke up by something walking through camp, and then 2 hours of sleep and then something being woke up by camp. I think it was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. There was definitively a bear that walked right by my tent, assuming that he bypassed my tent and went straight to my food bag. About 45 minutes later, I heard some dogs barking out in the distance. Not wolves, not coyotes, not lobos, dogs barking out in the distance. And then I heard some AR-15s go off. I believe they were ARs. They were automatic rifles of some sort, twice. And then right after all of that, it was hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I woke up to some hunters walking through camp. I think I scared them more than they scared me. I don't think they were expecting anybody to be down there in that little opening. So did not exchange niceties. They just left. So I'm assuming they were bear hunting with the dogs. If they weren't bear hunting, maybe raccoon hunting, maybe cougar hunting, maybe mountain lion. I don't know. I know it's hunting season. I don't know what tags are pulled in this area. I know elk are pulled right now. There's a lot of hunters up here for elk. I did get some sleep. It was like 2 hours here, 2 hours there, half an hour here, half an hour there. I was hearing things pretty frequently walking around in that area. So note to self, don't do that again. And find out why my sack failed. I am not thinking it was user error because I did a ton of research and have hung that bag several times. Never had a problem. This is the first time a bear has ever gone after that sack. I'm a little disappointed because all the videos that I've watched of actual bears and like grizzly bears going after those sacks, they've never been able to tear them open. So I don't know. That's crazy. What I do know is that bear got all of my coffee, and what I do know about an animal on caffeine is they're super unpredictable and a little out of their mind. I don't know how it affects bears. It's toxic to them, but they definitely go through a period of massive hyperactivity. So I have treated lots of animals that have had chocolate toxicity, but the chocolate isn't what's toxic, it's the caffeine in it that's toxic. And I can tell you definitively they go through a pretty serious episode of massive hyperactivity before things get really bad and they start feeling really sick. So yeah. I just wanted to get out of the area before Mr. Hyperactive Caffeinated Bear came back. So I'm gonna stay here and have my breakfast. I don't know if I'm gonna film a whole lot today. I just kind of want to get out of here. It's absolutely beautiful this morning. I ran into an elk on the way out. And that's it for right now. I heard the dogs super early this morning. I think the hunters are on their way back to the beginning of this portion of the CDT. I think they came up from 96. I'm not sure. They could have been out here for a couple days before me and just got a lot further than me. I did not hear them walking in, and nobody passed me when I was setting up camp last night, so I didn't see anybody until they came walking through until 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's great. Alright, I'll catch you guys on the other side, and we're gonna avoid bear for the rest of the day. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a coyote or a wolf just on the other side of this. Huh. Maybe that's what they were hunting last night. Who knows? I love it when I get the feeling I'm being watched. It's kind of, I don't know. It's weird. I always get like this weird feeling. And then I know there's something around. In the last 2 miles of this trail, coming in and coming out, there's definitely an area up there that the whole time I'm up there, I felt like something was watching me. This area, not so much, but it's nice out here. There's a lot of blowdowns. The blowdowns are crazy. They're everywhere. They're across the trail. They're all over the water. Clear Creek. I saw my first grouse. That was cool. It looks like a cross between a chicken and a guinea hen. When I first saw him, he kind of caught him out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, is that a lost chicken? He looked like a lost chicken, and then I was like, no, not a chicken. Very cool though, very pretty. Saw a couple of baby hawk in the meadows a little bit north of where I am, right past the super creepy part of the woods. I am almost to the lake that I videoed on the way in. I'm probably going to stop the video here. I'll probably take some pictures out at the parking lot so everybody knows what's available there. There's a privy, and that's about it. I'm hoping my truck's intact. I've been a little nervous since my food sack got 505'd. That my truck might have gotten 505'd, so we'll see. You can park here overnight, but it's making me a little nervous. Yeah, if it's even there anymore, so we'll see. I'd hate to think somebody would do that and leave people stranded up here, but you know, people are rude. Heard the hunters on my way down. I was able to follow their tracks most of the way out. They were pretty fresh with their dogs. I heard them off to the east as I was hiking south. They're still chasing something. They were chasing it all night. You could hear the dogs just going crazy. And then about every, 45 minutes as I was walking through that area, you could hear the dogs just losing their mind. So I don't know if they're on the same bear. If it's the same bear, I hope he gets away, and I hope the dogs don't get him. But I feel really bad for that bear because he's been up all night running from those dogs. It's ridiculous. This trail review is bring a bear canister. There's no real good places to hang a food bag. That's why I bought my sack, because bear hang would be very difficult. There's not a lot of places you can do that. All the trees out here are just like this, and trying to get a bear sack hung in one of those is almost impossible. I'm not great at bear hangs, so I always go for the sack, and that was a failure. I'm going to have to do some research on the sack and make sure that I used it correctly. I'm pretty sure I did. And that smell-proof bag isn't so smell-proof, evidently, because he tore straight through it. It wouldn't be a hypotamera if I didn't talk about shoes. So I went to REI and I got a new pair of shoes. They're called Wild Expeditions. They're very similar to the Lone Peaks. And they're teal, so yeah. They're very similar to the Lone Peaks, but this is kind of the new version of Lone Peaks. So far so good. This trail hasn't had like a ton of elevation. It's kind of up and down a little bit, but through those meadows, and the majority of it is through those meadows, is pretty straight with, a little bit here and there, but nothing major. So, I can tell you on the downhills with these shoes, my feet feel great. I'm not banging my toes. I did go up almost an entire shoe size to make sure that I didn't have that problem. They've been pretty great. Again, I have yet to find a pair of hiking shoes that I was like, this is amazing. So I take it for what it is. It worked. Everybody has something that works for them. I just think it's funny that I made a full circle on shoes. Lots of water on the trail, nothing to really worry about. So the area I was hiking in was between Highway 126 and 96 on the CDT. If you're on all trails, it is CDT section 25. I got more than halfway. I almost got to 96. I had to call it because I was just exhausted and it was getting dark. I really wanted to get all the way to 96, but it just wasn't going to happen. So I may at some point backpack out of 96 going Sobo and finish that portion of the trail also. Thinking about going down to Lordsburg and maybe doing the Lordsburg section during the winter and getting that out of the way. The CDT is the one trail that I am scared to death of. It is not marked well compared to other trails. It's just not. Like, most of the CDT signs were somebody's chicken scratch on the side of a piece of wood or something. So the trail markers in the beginning of this portion of the trail, there's lots of trail markers, but after about 2 miles, there's 0. And it's really easy to get off trail because there's a lot of side trails out here. And all of these, the trail that I'm on is officially the CDT, but it's also known by another name. So it's marked as that name. I think it's Lucero Trail, which connects to Los Volcanos Trail, which is also part of the CDT, but it's not marked CDT. So I definitely need Far Out or all trails for this one. I use both. I like the comments on Far Out because it helps me plan water and kind of where to stay for the night. I really like all trails because you can make sure that you are on the correct trail. Couple more dog prints. Saw some bear prints. They were pretty small. Not like baby, but maybe 1 or 2 years old. Not completely, probably 1. Not completely full grown, but well on their way. Lots of elk tracks. Those were the first deer I saw. The one that was stalking me. One either lobo, wolf, or coyote. Not sure. Heard a bunch of them, but only saw one. And one bear. And some hunters. So, good trail. Again, this trail scares the crap out of me just because of how not well marked it is. South of here, most of the problem is water supply, so that also scares the shit out, the poopy out of me. But hey, it's the CDT, it's the Choose Your Own Adventure Trail. And I was looking far out, and it looks like they have rerouted a ton of it this year, so. But the season is over, so there's not really, most of the hikers are either finished or finishing up. Sobo, the northbound hikers are pretty much done at this point. There might be a few people straggling. That's going to be me. I'll be the last one across the finish line. I'll get there. I just ain't going to get there fast. Ever. So it's been great. Let's hope my truck is still at the parking lot, and I will take some pictures down there so people have an idea what they're looking at. I'm going to try to find the logbook and sign it and just let people know that there is bear activity up here this time of year. I don't think it really matters because I'm the only fool still hiking. So that's it. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great week. It's Monday.